In this story, a business student transforms his home into a brothel for one night in order to start one of the most successful businesses ever. When the film begins, we are introduced to Joel Goodson, a gifted Chicago high school student whose parents are wealthy. Every night, Joel has the same dream in which he walks into the house across the street and hears the shower running when no one answers the door. When he enters the restroom, he discovers a very attractive girl showering, and you can imagine what happens next. Before anything exciting could occur, however, things take an unexpected turn, and Joel enters an exam room for college board exams. And here he is, 3 hours late. He recognizes that he will never attend college. In the next scene, Joel is playing poker with his friends, and he brags about the action he had with the hot babysitter down the street the night before. However, his friends know him too well and make fun of him for bluffing. When Joel is on the verge of leaving, his friend Miles advises him to act quickly. According to him, in order for opportunities to present themselves, he must say "let's go" and take action. Then, Joel states that his circumstances are entirely distinct. Since Joel's parents will be gone for a few days and he will have the house to himself, Miles urges him to come up with something to do. The following day, we meet Joel's parents, who appear to be very controlling. Before their trip, Joel's father instructs him to follow the rules and stay out of trouble. After their departure, Joel has the greatest time of his life. He raids his father's liquor cabinet and dances in his underwear to old-time rock and roll in the living room. The next day, Joel and Barry attend an enterprise class together, and they discuss how they have not yet begun their business project. While working on the project at home with Barry, his other friend Glenn arrives with a woman and requests a room. Soon, the noise from the upstairs activity becomes too distracting for Joel to work, so they leave the house. Joel takes his father's Porsche, which he is not permitted to drive, for a joyride. After another night of revelry, Joel meets with Miles the following day and tells him that despite breaking a few rules, such as driving his father's car, he is making good progress. Then, Miles persuades Joel to use his newly acquired freedom to do something more enjoyable. He obtains the number of a girl named Jackie who provides home services from a newspaper. He contacts Jackie on behalf of Joel to schedule an appointment. Later, Joel stays occupied by performing household chores and studying for his exams. When it is revealed that Jackie is transgender upon her arrival, Joel completely loses it. In response to his call, Miles refuses to come to him. Eventually, Joel pays Jackie to leave, but not before she provides him with the contact information for another call girl named Lana. That night, unable to sleep, Joel hesitantly calls Lana under the fictitious name of Ralph to arrange a meeting at his home. And after some time, Lana arrives, revealing herself to be an attractive blonde woman. Finally, Joel is able to obtain the desired action. For some time, in the morning, Joel states that his name is not Ralph, but rather Joel. Lana requests $300 for her services from Joel. Joel has only $50 on him and informs Lana that he must go to the bank to obtain additional funds. Therefore, Joel leaves her at home and proceeds to the bank. When he returns, he is shocked to discover that Lana has vanished and taken his mother's pricey crystal egg from the mantle. If you've reached this point in the video and are enjoying it, now would be a great time to subscribe to this channel. Joel meets Miles and informs him that he must retrieve the crystal egg immediately. The two friends arrive at a restaurant where they observe Lana speaking with a man in the distance. Joel does not want to cause a scene, so he and Lana leave the room and walk outside. She enters the car and requests a ride from Joel, stating that she needs transportation. Joel states that he will only comply if she returns the crystal egg she stole. Guido, Lana's manager, appears at that moment and demands that she exit Joel's car. Guido pulls out a gun and begins to threaten her, prompting Joel to flee in his car. The man begins pursuing them in his car, and Joel finally loses him in a series of alleys before bringing Lana home. Lana informs Joel that the egg is at Guido's with the rest of her belongings. One day after Joel allows Lana to stay at his home, Lana is still there. Joel notifies his friends to keep an eye on her, and then he leaves for school. When he returns, he learns that Glenn and Miles asked Lana to invite another girl, Vicky, to stay with them for sexual activity, but Joel rejects the notion. He requests that the girls leave immediately, and Vicky offers him $50 from the profit she made, but he declines. Lana's manager Guido appears on the front lawn as they are about to leave, and the two girls inform him that they now work for Joel. The two girls who were about to leave the house run back inside. Then, Guido calmly threatens Joel before leaving. That evening, Lana and Joel begin a conversation in the bedroom before deciding to go out for ice cream with Barry and Vicky. Lana suggests, while outside, that she and her friends use Joel's house to make a fortune until his parents return from their trip. She even suggests becoming his girlfriend for the next few days. This excites Joel, and after a moment he asks Lana about her background and how she got involved in this industry. Lana explains that she was compelled to do so by her stepmother's persistent advances. Joel attempts to engage Lana in a more intimate conversation about her life, but Lana is offended because he appears to be judging her based on her profession. Lana states that she wants to be his friend, but he is making it difficult. As he returned to his parked car on the dock, he heard a loud noise. Joel is unaware that Lana accidentally disengaged the Porsche's transmission while retrieving her purse earlier. In spite of Joel's desperate attempts to stop it, the car begins to move, rolling down the hill and onto a pier despite his misfortune. The pier then collapses, and the Porsche sinks to the bottom of Lake Michigan. Things keep getting worse for Joel. The next day, when the car is removed from the lake and brought in for repair, he discovers that it will cost him a fortune. When he arrives at school, he receives a 5-day suspension and is removed from his business project. Depressed, Joel gathers with his friends and informs Glenn that he needs to borrow his bicycle. Then he cycles to Lana's apartment in order to find solace in her. As his life appears to be falling apart, Lana embraces him and promises to help him rectify the situation. They implement her plan to convert Joel's house into a brothel for the evening. As Joel's share of the profits will cover the cost of repairing his father's Porsche, they recruit all of their friends to launch the business. Lana invites all of her friends to Joel's house, and Joel receives a large number of customers, mostly from his own school. Barry manages the entire financial aspect of this illegal enterprise. Lana handles production, while Joel assumes responsibility for marketing and sales. He persuades men from his school to utilize his services rather than wasting time elsewhere. As soon as the house becomes populated, it becomes nothing less than a brothel. Everyone appreciates Joel's efforts to provide them with an essential service and ensure that the operation runs smoothly. As arranged by Joel's father, he is shocked to see Mr. Rutherford, a member of the Board of Admissions at Princeton University, who has come to interview Joel. Rutherford is unimpressed with Joel's presentation, and the interview is interrupted frequently. After that, Rutherford stays at the party and gets to know Lana's friends. Almost certainly, he engaged in combat as well. Later, in the midst of the situation, Joel's father calls him at home, and one of the girls answers the call. Joel's father becomes suspicious and inquires whether he is hosting a party. Then, Joel's mother interjects and takes her husband's phone. She advises Joel to be cautious and take care of himself, as they will be returning the following day. That evening, Lana has a bizarre idea. She suggests they have sex on a moving train, so they pay all the prostitutes, close the brothel for the night, and board the train. Inside, there are many passengers, and they decide to wait until there are fewer individuals on the train. As soon as the area is cleared, Lana and Joel immediately begin their work. Lana and Joel are actually falling in love with each other at this point, as evidenced by their passionate embrace. The next day, after just one night of running the business, Joel has enough profit to pick up his repaired, like-new car. When he returns home, he is horrified to discover that everything has been stolen from his residence. Joel desperately dials Lana's number, but Guido answers the phone and teases Joel about their train adventure. He also admits to stealing everything from his home and says he will allow him to buy it all back. Joel realizes that he has less than 2 hours until his parents arrive, so he agrees to purchase all the items, including the crystal egg, back from Guido. With the assistance of his friends, he moves everything back in just as his parents arrive. The location appears normal, but Joel's mother observes a crack in her precious crystal egg. As a punishment for his error, Joel is required to perform yard work. During the course of his work, his father congratulates him. The interviewer was very impressed, and Joel will ultimately be admitted to Princeton. Joel obtained what he desired despite all his misfortune, some business experience and admission to his dream university. How did you like this movie? If you want to, feel free to visit our channel and enjoy. Thank you very much for watching.